One of the questions that I've gotten a lot in recent years is, what did you do to lose weight? So back in 2018, I was back in Uyo. By the way, I was in Lagos at the time. Stress and everything got me, high on sugar and all that stuff. Came back to you and I, kind of continued in that trajectory, taking a lot of sugar and stuff. So one day I just realized that I was bigger than I expected. By the way, I had this size 18 shirts that I had gotten, but I was a size 14 at the time. But because of the style, it sat well on a size 14 body, and I really loved the fit on me. And one day I realized that the hand of the shirt had gotten too tight. I was about stepping out of the house. So I was in front of a mirror and I was like, what's going on? That was the beginning of my journey to fitness. I remember my first day at the gym, I was really, really big, but I really didn't care. I registered for boxing. I registered for swimming, which I ended up never swimming. I had to convert into my gym registration. I was boxing. I was swimming. In fact, I was trying to do almost too much. I remember somebody telling me at the gym, slow down. When people ask me, what did you do to lose weight? I worked out every day. I exercised every day for 3 months non-stop. Consistency with exercising is very important. By the way, I advise anybody trying to lose weight to always go to the gym, because losing weight by not eating enough or by just, observing caloric deficits and all that will make you lose weight and lose your muscles. And we all know the importance of muscles. Our muscles are very important. So working out at the gym with instructors, people that are there to instruct you and there to guide you, would help you not just lose weight, but also maintain your muscles. Highly recommend going to the gym to work out. And if possible, get a fitness trainer, somebody who is going to dedicate time to making sure that you reach your fitness goal. I made sure I went to the gym every day. Guys, I remember at some point I was exercising. In fact, my weight loss journey was looking like it was so fast. And at some point, my auntie was saying, oh, I think you should stop going to the gym. The part that nobody tells you is how addictive working out is. Working out is very addictive. Exercising at some point feels like a drug. Exercising can be very addictive. The second thing I did to lose weight, guys, was cut out all forms of sugary or fizzy drinks. Water was always my drink of choice. In the beginning, it wasn't hard because I don't know, I'm somebody that once I decide to do something and I know that thing is going to benefit me, I just go for it. But at the same time, it was also very irritating for some of my friends, because every time we hung out, it meant that I didn't join in the liquid courage party. I didn't drink alcohol. I didn't eat some of the things that they were ordering and enjoying. And I'm not even going to lie, sometimes I indulged. I'd replaced water with fizzy drinks. So I had to undo that immediately. Another thing that I did to also lose weight was reduce my carbs intake. So I had this meal plan that somebody had sent to me a long time ago. Like I said, all my life I've always tried to lose weight. From being a teenager, I've always been on the big side. Not necessarily, I wasn't obese, but I've always been slightly overweight. So all my teenage life and adult life, I've always tried to lose weight. So I had this meal plan somebody had sent to me that said that if I was supposed to have carbs at all, I shouldn't have carbs that is bigger than my fist. I cut down on the amount of carbs I was consuming. I went up on my protein intake and I went up on my water intake as well. I now made sure I had a minimum of 6 to 7 glasses of water a day. I noticed that, which is something I also read about, that most of the times when you're feeling hungry, you're actually not hungry. You might be thirsty. So the first thing to do when you're feeling hungry or even feel like eating anything is to drink water, and that feeling might just go away. Another thing I also did was calorie counting. Guys, calorie counting can be difficult, but I actually did calorie counting. In fact, I would Google everything before eating. I would not advise that, because at the end of the day, it just, makes you paranoid and all that stuff, wanting to Google everything you're trying to eat. But portion control is very, very important in weight loss. Don't even let anybody deceive you. I saw a video of somebody who was talking about weight loss and healthy living, and this man is currently obese. But he was saying things like, oh, I don't eat bread, I don't eat rice, I've not eaten bread in 3 years, I've not eaten rice in 3 years. But he was physically obese. Like, even if you cut out things that are seemingly unhealthy, you could still be overloading your body with calories, which would mean that you're still overweight, basically. Another thing that I did was intermittent fasting. Each time I did intermittent fasting, I would notice that I would feel lighter. If I was bloated, I would feel better. Intermittent fasting is also something that would also kind of fast track your weight loss journey. But then again, I would not recommend it for everybody, especially if you're somebody that has ulcer or if you're somebody that has any kind of digestive, issues. You should check in with your doctor before you do that. Now, another thing that I also did, which now looking back was very, 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 very bad, was drinking coffee first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Guys, personally, I can't even explain how unhealthy that is. But then, you feel very energetic when you drink coffee, so you feel it's good. But in the long run, it's not good for your gut at all. So I would not advise that. Another thing I did was I ate a lot of fiber. When it came to fiber, my choice was cucumbers, vegetables. I had watermelon too. My portions were very controlled. I didn't overdo it. Guys, I'm not even going to talk about the body shaming that came with my weight loss. It was crazy. Now, imagine me coming from being big and curvy, a Nigerian girl, an African girl with hips and bum bum and all that, to now being a stick thin, slim babe, like American model style. No hips, no bum, just straight. I had gotten like my 6 packs, guys. My confidence level was on 150/100, as in nobody could tell me nothing. When you achieve something that you sought out or aimed to achieve, it gives you this confidence boost, and that's what my weight loss did for me. The best thing to have happened to me in my whole adult life is the fact that I was able to lose weight, because it is not just about the weight loss. It just put a lot of things into perspective. It showed me that anything that I was consistent at would be successful regardless of the obstacles. Just do what you have to do and you would get what you need out of that situation. I remember when I started losing weight, this girl, she's, regular gym goer. We just used to say hi. We're in the same class and all that, same aerobics class. And one day she came to me when I just started losing weight. I'd not gotten to my goal weight yet. She came to me and she said, oh, I remember the first day that we saw you, my friend and I were just wondering that this one's so big. Is it that she did not have a mirror in her house? When she said it, I just laughed, because then again, if you know me, you know that I don't take things seriously. Like, just take things like lightly, and I just laughed. Fast forward to when I had now completely lost weight and I was very happy. I even remember before I completely lost weight, my gym instructor was asking, people about their goal weight. I was like, oh, I want to lose. Okay, he was asking people about their body goals. So some people were saying things like, oh, I want to just lose my upper body, I want my lower body to remain the same. I want to, turn my lower body, some people, I want to turn my arms. I remember when he got to me, I said, I want to lose everything. He was like, are you serious? You want to lose everything? You are wicked, though. Fast forward to when I now completely lost weight and I was now straight. No hips, no bum, everything, just a slim girl. And one day after working out, I was just walking out of the gym. One of the regular faces at the gym just walked up to me. Subtly I just whispered, hey, you've gone and lost all your bum bum. And I'm like, what? I just looked at the person and I just walked away, shook my head. I actually loved the way I looked. That was the first time I was ever slim in my whole life. And I liked it. I also get it that a lot of people try to lose weight out of fear. Losing weight out of fear is a real thing. if you're in your 30s now, just come closer. Take what I'm about to say very, very seriously. Go to a hospital and have yourself checked out, like everything checked out. Because what I've come to realize is that a lot of us millennials are either about to be or are insulin resistant. Now, looking back at the kind of diet or food we had in secondary school or growing up, I realized that they were all loaded with carbs. All loaded with carbs. Is it the bread, the margarine, and the tea or chocolate drink they used to serve us in boarding school? Abi is the okra, gari, and the tiny piece of fish they used to give us. I realized that as millennials, a lot of us grow up. We're not even going to talk about the junk, the cereals we had, the cornflakes, the golden morn, the milk, the Milo. We're not even going there. We're not talking about the things we ate during a recess break in school, the Pepsi, the Mirinda, the bread, the biscuit. So please, if you're in your 30s, I'm advising that you go run a health check on yourself now. Now, at this point in your life, things can be reversed, like hypertension, like, sugar level or insulin. All those things can be controlled now. Don't wait until you're in your 40s, or don't wait until you get sick before you start treating yourself. One of the things that I've come to realize as I've gotten older is the fact that a lot of people that suffer from PCOS is as a result of a high sugar diet that they've had all through their lives. Sugar, when it's too much in your body, wreaks a whole lot of havoc. Another thing I would like to talk about is alcohol. In fact, I've seen somebody who can't go by a day without having a shot of whiskey or something strong. Alcohol, as far as I'm concerned, is a poisonous substance to the body. Apart from the fact that it ages you, like alcohol ages you, alcohol wreaks havoc on your digestive system. Alcohol raises your cortisol level, stresses you out. Alcohol damages the brain. If you're in your 30s, trust me, you've enjoyed yourself in your 20s. Now is the time to preserve yourself for the future you that you have suffered for. So all this suffering that you're suffering, all this money that you're making, all this hustle that you're hustling, you will not now die and leave it. Exercise is very, very important. Watching what you eat, very, very important, because guys, truly, we only live once. YOLO. I just had a couple of things I did to lose weight. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.